Hi, I'm Stuart Schamberger. I'm the primary rep for GlassGuard Canada, and I want to just do a demonstration on how we work on a windshield and put a coating on, our GlassGuard coating on it. Really important for the coating to work is for it to have access to the glass itself. So if there's any kind of waxes or dirt or grime on it, we need to get that off. So sometimes you can just use a regular glass cleaner, it'll take it off. Sometimes glass cleaners actually have coatings themselves that they'll leave a bit of wax on to make it shiny. We don't want to use that kind of thing. So just to demonstrate how you can tell whether there's something on your glass or not, it's just to spray water on. The water tells us what's happening. So when we spray a bit of water on this is a 2002 Mustang. Wipers have been working on it, no coating on it, but we can actually see that the wipers have damaged the glass a little bit over time. We see the wiper mark where it ends from the passenger side mark or wiper. And the water doesn't lie flat, and it actually beads up. So if it's beading up, there's a chance that there's some kind of wax on there. So we're just going to give it a quick polish. In a new car dealership, on a brand new car, you won't have to go through this process. In a windshield shop, if you're putting it on, you won't have to go through this process, but we're going to demonstrate it if you're doing a car like this. So we're going to use our glass polish from GlassGuard, removes hard water spots, and it'll put a slight polish on this glass as well, and we'll demonstrate that when we're done. So we don't need that much. An amount about the size of a quarter. You can do it by hand. And by the way, if you want to take a coating off, if there's a previous coating on here, this product is the product that you'll use to take that coating off. It's got a bit of pumice in it, a bit of cerium oxide. And we're using a white pad that just is not going to scratch the glass. It's a buff pad. Before I started this, I wiped the glass down with cloth, so sometimes around the wipers we have a little bit of residue, grit, sands, so you want to clean that off before you start polishing your glass so you don't have anything mixed in on your buff pad here. So just giving it a light polish, doesn't use that much product. And the rule of thumb is just when you think you're done, do it a little bit more. Go to the other side. Put globs on. Again, we're just taking off any residue that's on there, any kind of wax from car washes. Many dealerships, the detail shops, use a soap that's called a wash and wax. Even that would be good to take off so that this product can work effectively by reaching all of the glass and not being repelled by waxes that might be in it. Okay, so let's just rinse that off. I'm just using water in this bottle, just water. I'm going to just give it a quick wipe off. And again, this process does not need to take place on brand new windshields where there's no wax or any kind of product on it. But we see here now how the water lies flat on there. It doesn't repair the windshield, but water reacts differently once it's got that polish on it. So we want to get all of the residue from this polish off before we put on the actual coating.
This isn't a brand new windshield. Usually you'll get your best effect on a brand new windshield, but for the sake of demonstrating, we're just going to do it on this windshield. So this is going to dry for a minute. That was just water and glass polish and a pad. What we're going to do now for a final clean is just do an isopropyl alcohol wash. So you can buy that at your local pharmacy, or some of the big box stores have it, and it's quite inexpensive, and we just pour it into a squirt bottle. Now the reason we use alcohol is it dries very quickly, and it's a very good cleaner for glass. Spray some alcohol on there. Do the other side. So that glass is ready to have GlassGuard put on it. Now, a good way of testing that glass is actually rough is to use a microfiber cloth and try to slide it. And when you try to slide it, it grips, and it's very hard to slide. When our coating's done, it will have a fresh layer that's attached to the electrons in the glass, and a nice smooth surface, and that's what gives you your easier to see at night benefits, resistance to pitting and chipping, water repellency, and oleophobic, or pushes oil and dirt away, because we have a nice hard smooth surface. So that's dry. Let's put on the coating. Use it sparingly. We're not putting a huge thick coating on the glass. It's not an acrylic. It's not a paint-on product. It's something that goes on and forms a barrier on the surface of the glass. So to do this whole windshield, this bottle will actually do over 40 windshields. So we don't need to use a lot of product on it. Put a few drips on. The white pad I'm using is just a cotton pad. It's not microfiber. We use that just because microfiber sticks to the glass more readily. So when we use this, it slides better on the glass. And we generally reuse the pad. So we stick it in a Ziploc bag of some kind. Keeps it nice and moist. We don't waste product that way. So obviously the goal is not to overuse the product. So this side is done. Feels nice and smooth. We're going to leave it for about 5 to 10 minutes before we buff it off. Let's do the other side. Once this pad is wet, again, you just have to add a few drops, and away you go. And in nanotechnology, more isn't always better. That's kind of our mentality, that if we put on more, it's going to be a better outcome, but not the case with nanotechnology. You just have to put on enough. Any excess you put on just ends up in your cloth, and you throw your cloth in the washing machine, and you're just wasting product. A couple more drops. So that's the process. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes to put the coating on. You get a slight haze on your windshield. And now we're just going to let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes. 30 minutes altogether without putting any water on it. That's the cure time, 30 minutes. But we can wipe it off after about 10 minutes. So we're going to come back and do that. So now we're going to do a quick wipe down of just the haze that's on the windshield. It's been 10 minutes. Let it sit. If you see a haze on the windshield, it's the poor cleaning abilities of the owner of the car, but I won't say anything because it's his car. But that's what you'll see when you do a polish on it and you put on a coating like this. All of a sudden the dirt on the inside of the windshield stands out more. So we just clean off the outside, get as much haze off as we can. In fact, there's hardly any haze. If you use a brand new microfiber, a brand new clean one, it'll take it right off. So that's a key point with microfiber cloths. If you're in a detail shop or you're in an automotive dealership, keep these separate. Don't use them for applying wax and then use them on your windshield. Obviously, it's going to interfere with how the product works. Clean cloths. And now we see it's a lot easier to wipe. It's nice and smooth. That's always a nice little trick you can try out. So now what we're going to do is just let it sit for the last 15 minutes or so. It's 30 minutes total, and then we'll try out some water on it. So one thing we want to make sure of after we put on the coating is if you have brand new wiper blades on there, that's great. If you have used wiper blades, you want to clean them off. So I just spray a bit of alcohol on my cloth, and we can see what comes off. So if we take that off first, then it's just not going to get smeared on your new coating, and any grit and grime that's on that wiper blade isn't going to start to affect the coating in any way. So now we've let it sit for the full 30 minutes. It's cured. Let's see what happens. What is the difference? Remember before when we sprayed the water on, we could see the roughness in the glass because the water was trying to settle into the peaks and valleys of the glass. Now we have a layer that's grown out beyond the roughness of the glass. It's nice and smooth now. So now when we spray water on it, it's hydrophobic, which means it pushes water away. So when you're driving down the road, that's going to blow off. Depending on how much dirt you have on your windshield down the road, say if you have a bunch of grime, you might have to clean that off once in a while when you're at the gas station filling up with fuel. Just to show how smooth it is, we're going to put water on. So that was a 30-minute cure. It will continue to cure, but 30 minutes is what you need before you put it out in the rain and get any kind of moisture on it. Now you're ready to go.